3 weeks ago, my doorbell camera started recording by itself. Every night, at exactly 3:33 a.m. The first clip was nothing, just the empty porch, the streetlight, the fog. But the motion alert had triggered anyway. So I watched the next night, and the next. By the fourth night, there was a shape at the bottom of the steps. Tall, still, facing the street, not the house. I told myself it was a neighbor. Each night, it stood one step closer. Night 5, the middle step. Night 6, the top. Night 7, it was pressed against the glass. But it never moved. Not once. Not in any clip. Tonight, my phone buzzed at 3:33. The alert read, "Someone is at your door." I opened the feed. The porch was empty. Then I heard the notification sound again. But this time, behind me. From the hallway. Where my phone wasn't. I haven't turned around yet. I'm typing this so someone knows. I inherited my grandmother's house last month. Most of it is modern now, but I kept her old answering machine plugged in by the kitchen. The kind with a little cassette and a blinking red light. Nobody has that number anymore, so I ignored it. Until last week, when I came down for water at 3 a.m. and the light was blinking. One new message. I pressed play. Static, then breathing. Then a voice I hadn't heard in 12 years. My grandmother's, saying my name. Slow and tired. "Don't come down at night, sweetheart. He uses the dark to get close." The timestamp said 3 a.m. that night. I told myself it was an old saved message, glitching back, but every night since, there's been a new one. Same voice, same warning. The timestamps keep getting later, closer to when I come down. Tonight's message was different. Just 6 words, whispered fast. "He's already in the kitchen with you." My smartwatch tracks my sleep, heart rate, movement, all of it. I live alone, so the data is always just me. Last Tuesday, the app flagged a sensor anomaly. Between 3 and 3:15 a.m., it logged 2 heart rates, mine, slow and steady, and a second one, faster, right next to me in the bed. I figured the sensor glitched. I wear it tight. It gets confused, but it kept happening. Every night, 3 to 3:15, 2 heartbeats, and the second one was always a little faster than the night before, like something getting excited. So last night, I set my phone to record the room while I slept. The audio is mostly silence. My breathing. The fan. Then, at exactly 3 a.m., a second set of breaths fades in beside me, and a voice, almost too quiet to hear, counts along with my pulse. But then I realized the voice is counting down. The little green light on my laptop camera started turning on by itself. Always at 3 a.m., always for exactly 4 minutes. I'm not paranoid, but I'm not stupid either. So I wrote a script to save whatever the camera recorded during those 4 minutes, and I went to sleep. The first clip was just me, asleep at my desk where I dozed off. Dark room, slow breathing, nothing. But the camera wasn't pointed at the desk. It was pointed at the doorway behind me. The second night, the doorway had a shape in it. Tall, low in the frame, like something crouched. The third night, it was halfway across the room. The fourth, it was directly behind my chair, leaning over my shoulder toward the screen. Tonight, I didn't fall asleep. I sat in the dark at 3 a.m. and watched the green light click on. The screen showed the live feed. It showed the back of my own head, filmed from the doorway behind me. My smart TV started turning itself on at 3 a.m., always the same channel. A black screen with a live security camera feed in the corner. The problem is, I never installed a security camera, The feed shows my living room, from up high, near the ceiling. The first night I stood in front of the TV and watched myself on the screen, looking up, searching for a camera that isn't there. Each night, the angle was different. The kitchen, the stairs, the hallway outside my bedroom, the lens creeping closer to my door. Tonight, the TV woke me from downstairs. I could hear it turn on. I crept down. The screen was already glowing, and the feed showed a bedroom. My bedroom, my bed, and someone still sleeping in it. I'm downstairs. I'm wide awake, so I really need to know who the camera is watching upstairs, in my bed. My daughter is 3. Last week she started giggling at 3 a.m. every night, like clockwork. The first time I watched her on the baby monitor, she was sitting up in her crib, facing the corner of the room, whispering, laughing at the pauses, like someone was answering. I asked her about it at breakfast. She said it was her new friend, the one who only comes when it's dark. Kids have imaginary friends. I let it go, but the giggling got closer to my door each night. Night 4, I heard it in the hallway, right outside my room. So tonight, I went in. I knelt by her bed, and I gently asked her who she talks to. She smiled, and she pointed, not at the corner, at the baby monitor on her dresser. "The man," she said, "the one who stands behind you when you watch me." I haven't looked at the monitor screen since. My car has a dash cam that saves a clip whenever it detects a hard impact. Usually it's nothing. A pothole, a slammed door. This morning there was a clip stamped 3:02 a.m. But my car was parked in the garage all night, and I have the only key. I almost deleted it, then I watched. The footage shows my car driving down a dark country road I don't recognize. Headlights on, trees flashing past. The timestamp is last night. 40 seconds in, the cabin mic picks up breathing, slow, wet, from the back seat. At 3:02, the car stops hard in the middle of the road. The camera shakes, and a voice, close, right behind the lens, whispers my name. My real name, the one I've never put online. The clip ends there. My car is still in the garage, right where I left it. But the odometer has 200 more miles on it than it did yesterday. There's an unspoken rule in my building. If you hear knocking after midnight, look through the peephole first. If no one's there, do not open the door. Ever. I'd heard it from 3 different neighbors. I didn't believe any of them. Last night, at 2 a.m., someone knocked. 3 slow taps. I went to the door and looked through the peephole. The hallway was empty. I remembered the rule, so I stepped back. The knock came again. 3 taps. Empty hallway, again and again. For almost an hour, knocking on an empty hall. Then it stopped. I waited. Silence. I let out a breath and turned to go back to bed. That's when I noticed the peephole. It had gone dark, the way it only goes dark when someone on the other side is leaning in close, pressing an eye right up against it. But I just watched that hallway stay empty. So who was looking in at me? I worked the overnight shift at a gas station off Route 9. On my first night, the manager left a list of rules taped under the register. Most were normal. The last one wasn't. After 3 a.m., if someone comes in who doesn't show up on the security monitor, do not speak to them, do not look directly at them, wait until they leave. I thought it was a joke. For 2 weeks, nothing. Then last night at 3:14, the door chimed. A man in a long coat walked toward the back coolers. I glanced at the monitor by reflex. The aisle was empty on the screen, but I could hear his boots on the tile, so I kept my eyes down. I counted my breaths. After 10 minutes, the chime rang again. Gone. Relieved, I finally looked up at the monitor just to be sure the store was empty. It was. The whole store was empty. But I wasn't on the screen either. My robot vacuum builds a map of my apartment every time it runs. I set it for 3 a.m. so it's done before I wake up. Last week, the app started flagging an obstacle it couldn't get around. A new shape on the map standing in the corner of my bedroom, roughly the size of a person. I checked the corner. Empty. I cleared the map and let it run again. The shape came back. Same corner. The vacuum would roll up to it, stop, and reverse. Like something was there. Each night, the shape moved. Closer to the bed. Then beside it. Then at the foot of it, where the vacuum now refuses to go. Tonight, I stayed up to watch it clean. It rolled into my room, straight to the foot of my bed and stopped. Bumped softly against nothing. Twice. Then its little light turned to face me. And it started mapping the spot where I was standing. I was not alone.